serious. That is a serious, serious result for Man City, and a serious impact that it's ultimately had on the Premier League title race. Arsenal got the job done yesterday. Extended the gap to 9 points, which meant I could watch this match tonight between Liverpool and Man City with a bit of no pressure. Just kind of watch it and kind of hope for the best. Hope Liverpool can do something. But yeah, ultimately Man City got the job done and reduced it to 6 points, and the title race stays alive. We'll talk about Arsenal first. They played yesterday, as I say. I couldn't even watch it. We that's another thing we need to change. Is that 3 p.m. broadcast blackout? It's just a shambles, and it's just an inconvenience. So I was listening to it on the radio, and obviously it sounded like we were fairly dominant. To watch the highlights today. Um, so let's talk about that first. We won 3-0 pretty convincingly against a stubborn Sunderland team who have given a lot of big teams a game this season. You think of Liverpool, you think of Man City, you think of us when we played them at home. It wasn't going to be an easy game. Um, yeah, Zubimendi to open the scoring. What a strike, by the way. Oh my god. See, that's one thing we don't have enough of is shooting outside the box and just having a bit of fuck it, grab the game by the scruff and go for it. And what a hit! Just the bend on it on the ground. Oh, it was a beautiful, beautiful goal. Um, then obviously in the second half, Victor Gyökeres comes on. Like he's got a lot of stick this season, but 2 goals. That's big for him. Big for us going into this fucking home stretch in the second half of the season. Havertz back. Good to see Havertz back and chiming in there. He's done okay now. Um, in his past couple of games, obviously he's assisted Gyökeres before. He obviously scored during the week to put Chelsea out of the cup, and he's got another assist for Gyökeres today. It's good to see him chipping in with a couple of goal contributions. And then Gyökeres scores again in injury time to just put the icing on the cake. Martinelli runs through in that typical counter attack you've seen so many times from Martinelli. The man's piss is unbelievable, and he just squares it. Gyökeres knocks it in, and he does these wee as he's after falling to the ground, and yeah, it's good for him. Hopefully, that's the confidence he needs now. He's starting to kind of pull his fucking socks up and actually fucking do something, which is really good to see. And yeah, 3-0 winners deservedly. We extended the gap to 9 points. And as I say, it meant it could go into this match today. Just kind of right, whatever happens, happens. But let's hope Liverpool do something. You'll never walk alone. Let's go, the boys in red. Come on, do us a favor. These are the champions. I was gonna say defending champions. They're not putting up much of a defense this year. Let's be honest. But go out and show a bit of pride. Go out and show a bit of something. So I'm watching the match. And in the opening 20 to 25 minutes, let's say, it only looked like there was one team going to open the scoring, and that was going to be Manchester City. They were on top. They looked very, very good, but you did get the impression watching it that they needed to take advantage of their superiority in that first half. Um, Liverpool grew back into it, as I say, towards the end of the half, around the 25-30 minute mark, after absorbing all that pressure. They looked like they were showing a bit of something. But again, yeah, it became a back and forth. But Man City were definitely the strongest in that first half. But at halftime, you're thinking, right, okay, no, no. Liverpool, we've seen it so many times this season where they come out in the second half much stronger. Look, they did against us at the Emirates, for example. You're thinking, right, okay, if they can just get a wee bit of luck here, um, it could go in our favour. And that's exactly how the second half was appearing to play out. Liverpool came out and you could tell they went up a level. They were putting the pressure on Man City. They were making them fucking make mistakes. They looked vile dodgy from the back today, Man City playing out. That's one thing I'll give them. And do you know what? It gets a lot of stick. But see, Kirk is for Liverpool. I thought he was excellent today. I thought he was one of the best players on the pitch. Um, but yeah, Liverpool do get a free kick. They have one just before where Salah hits, and I'm thinking, let Sabozlai hit this. Fucking hell. We know this man can hit a free kick. But I know more than anybody. Um, but yeah, Salah hits one and he balloons it over the bar. Absolutely atrocious. Um, but yeah, moments later, Sabozlai gets one, and you're thinking, right, hit it here, go on, do what you done against us, do what you done. And I tell you what, I don't know what your opinion is, but in my opinion, there's a case to be made that that was better than the Arsenal free kick. The way it bends, just loops over. Someone's drying their hair. That's really annoying. But bear with me. Loops over, posting in. What a finish! Man scored like two contenders for goal this season. Two of the greatest free kicks in Premier League history, I would argue. Um, and look at the opposition he scored against. You take Arsenal at home on one of them, and then Man City in the other. And here's where you're thinking, oh, this is it. Man City are going to rue those missed chances in the first half. Liverpool are going to hold this out now. And from there, it looked like Liverpool were going to go on and score a second. They looked really, really good, Liverpool. Yeah, 10 minutes later, ball comes in for Man City. Haaland kind of knocks it on with the head, and Bernardo Silva knocks it in to equalise for Man City, one each. And that's with roughly about 5 minutes of normal play to go. And he equalises for Man City. Oh, and that's one player I cannot stand is Bernardo Silva. I don't know. There's just something about him that I just can't take the. I think he's a crier. I think he's a whinger. I think there's an arrogance about him, which I'm sure if he plays for your club, you'd absolutely love it. Similar to the way United fans are with Bruno Fernandes. I think he's the same. Like the one thing you can't doubt with either of those players is their talent. And yeah, Bernardo Silva, I'd say he's probably a bit past it now, but it just shows you he can still turn up when he's needed. And he knocks it home to equalise, and from then you're thinking, holy shit. Like, okay. But even you're still thinking a draw is not the worst result. That 8 points, that's still a decent wee gap. Um, but yeah, the game goes on. That from after that, it's about frantic for the next fucking 5 minutes. It's like a game of pinball. It's just back and forth, left, right, and you're thinking it could be anybody's. Both teams are going for it. And then we get to injury time. They hold up the board. And it's 7 minutes added on. And my first thought is, where the fuck are they getting 7 minutes out of? How have they pulled that figure out of their holes? Like Jesus Christ, they're just trying to hand Man City this week. I'm not even going to give agendas for that or anything like that because although it was 7 minutes, straight away in that injury time stretch, straight away in the first minute of it, Allison comes out to try and kind of collect the ball and he completely takes out. I think was it Bernardo Silva again or Turkey? I can't mind, but he takes them out anyway. I think it might have been Marmoush actually. I could be wrong. It doesn't matter, but anyway, it takes him out and it's a penalty for Man City. And the man stepping up, Erling Haaland, you know what it's like. For me, it was never in doubt. For me, there it is. He's going to score. And of course, lo and behold, he does. Great penalty. Jubilations, celebrations, there we are, whatever. But that was just the start of the drama. Man City 2-1, that was just the start of the drama. Now I'm thankful for the 7 minutes. I'm thinking, right, come on, the fuck Liverpool, let's go get that equaliser. And they go up, and there is kind of like this tussle in the box with a slight tackle when he goes down. But for me, like there was a few shouts for a penalty. I'll be honest, I didn't really see it. I wanted a replay, which annoyingly we never got. But then Man City go on the counter attack, and at this stage, Allison, Liverpool's goalkeeper, is the very end of the game, so he's up on the other end of the pitch trying to help Liverpool score. But from that resulting counter attack, obviously it's an open net. Cherky runs along and he just kind of bats the ball towards goal. Um, yeah, and then it's basically like a fucking foot race between Erling Haaland and Szoboszlai um, to try and get to this ball. So Szoboszlai's tugging on Haaland's shirt, and then Haaland tugs him right back, bringing Szoboszlai to the ground and stopping him from defending it. And the ball goes into the net. 3-1 Manchester City. There we are. Game over, night night. And then there's a lengthy, lengthy VAR check, which ultimately results in the goal being disallowed, as Man City were playing advantage for the foul. But then Haaland fouls back. So the goal's disallowed, and he's given an indirect free kick for Man City and a red card. No, it wasn't even an indirect. I think it was just a free kick. Wasn't it? It was just a free kick for Man City and a red card for Szoboszlai. And I'm thinking, what the fuck is going on here? I thought it was bizarre. I did think it was really bizarre. I was like, both of them were at it. Like even me, who was going for Liverpool, was like, just let the goal stand, man. But the rules are the rules, I suppose, and there's no getting away from that. But yeah, ultimately, Man City hold out, and the game finishes 2-1. after a very dramatic final 10 minutes. And yeah, the it's I wouldn't say it's blown wide open. That's the last thing I would say, but the title race is very much still alive. And as an Arsenal fan, I am riddled with far too much PTSD and far too much heartbreak over the years to just say that's the title done. So for the neutral, I suppose it's very exciting, but for me, it's stressful as fuck. As I say, I had the intention of just watching this game today, stress free, just enjoy it, see what happens. But we've saw what happened, and now I'm filled with even more stress. I think if the gap's still somewhat similar going into this Carabao Cup final next month, I think that only makes the final so much more important psychologically. But here, what can you do? Just keep doing. Arsenal can only just focus on themselves, keep doing what they're doing, take it a game at a time, and pray that Man City slip up somewhere else down the line. But yeah, uh, it is what it is, folks. You know what it is. Let me know your opinions on that frantic half. Subscribe if you haven't already and you enjoy this crack. But yeah, I'm gonna go for a wee hot bath now to cleanse myself of the disappointment. But take care, folks. See you later on. Bye bye. Bye bye.